Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boltor Entertainment is proud to bring you another episode of the Spellweaver Tournament. Today, we've got a doozy for you guys. He makes the game, he helps create it. It's Krip, the developer, versus the Fuzz. Now, I want to clarify that I have watched just a tiniest little bit, the first 5 seconds of this video, and there is no sound. I am not muting anything. There is literally no sound for this video. I received the video and it had no sound, so not much I can do about that. So the commentary is going to be all you're going to hear, unfortunately. My voice is the only thing that you're going to hear in this video, so I hope it's not too terrible for you. So, we've got Krip playing Nature, we've got Fuzz playing Dominion, that's Advanced Despina, that's Basic Miva. Looks like Krip is playing Nature Order, which looks like a really fun deck. He's going to go with a Nature Shrine, he's going to go with an Elf Scout, that's going to be turn 1. What is the Fuzz going to answer with? Probably nothing, because I would wager he's playing a control deck. So, we will see, we will see, we will see. He plays level and passes the turn. Ooh, there's a Cavalry Field Captain, a card you don't see very much of these days. So, down goes an Elf Warrior, and he's going to swing in for 1. And I promise to stop, to slow down a little bit. I got myself all excited for the other 2 videos that I've made so far. The Deck Doctor and the gameplay video. I do all my recordings at once because I kind of am pressed for time, as it were. That's the video kind of slowing down for you guys, so, or kind of lagging a little bit. So, order level Cavalry Field Captain? Ooh! Oh, that gives it +1 speed, too. Cool. I'm about to say, if it's just +1/+1, I think I would have just done it on my Elf Scout and traded. But, hey, that's the smarter move is to buff up the bigger dude. The bigger dude that's going to trade anyway. Because if he attacks the Elf Warrior with his Shadow Step Assassin, then they both die anyway. Oh, my mistake. That's going to be a big time owie. So, we'll see what, I'm pretty sure that's just going to be it. Yep. So, now Fuzz has a 4/5 deadly. Ooh, but there's a test of time. Will the Metabolic Overcharger stand the test of time? I think the answer we'll find is no. Yep. The Metabolic Overcharger will not withstand the test of time. So we'll see what happens next. He's going to attack for 3. Cavalry Field Captain's not a card I've had much of a chance to play. I experimented with it for a little bit, but I'm not really 100% sure how it works. I know you can pay 1 to kind of, retreat it. So that's how that works. Okay. I kind of assumed that's how that worked, but it's always good to see a card in action. Now, we did see a Wisdom Shrine from the Fuzz. He didn't play it for level, but we did see it in the, in the graveyard, so we'll go ahead and see. Okay, there's a Pacify. That might be something. Oh, never mind. Let's say that might be something good to hold on to, but never mind. What are you going to do? There's a Heavy Infantry. That's an interesting top deck. So that goes to the front lines. Or the front row, I should say. And we'll probably see maybe double Elf Warrior now, or maybe Elf Warrior Heavy Infantry. Or maybe we'll just see Elf Warrior give it Swift. But we'll see what Krip's got up his sleeve. Double Elf Warrior. That's kind of what I anticipated. Yep, I made the same mistake too, Krip. Can't attack with a creature that just moved to the attack row. I got so many people going, "Oh, that's so funny. Boltor didn't know that. How couldn't you have not known that?" In that one video I made, I think it was the sleeping. Ooh, that's a Cataclysm. Ouch. But the video I made, I think it was the Sleeping Forest deck spotlight, everyone was just like, "Oh, Boltor, that's so funny. How did you not know that? You didn't know that. Oh my god, that's so funny." I mean, I figured it out at the end of the video, but there was certainly a lot of fun being had at my expense. So, there's a Spoiled Aristocrat, and there's a Temptress of 2 Temptress of Deceits. Fuzz following up with a strong board after the Cataclysm. But we will see what Krip has to answer that. But, so, Krip is thinking. We'll see what Krip has to answer. He's going to play for the card draw, get another shrine. Isn't that always fun? You're like, I'm in a really sticky situation. I need card draw. So what do? You play the shrine for mana and you draw another shrine. That happens to me more than I care to admit. Man, what a board to follow up that Cataclysm. A 3/1 and 2/2, two 2/2s with Deadly. I mean, that's just gonna wipe Krip's board, and he's gonna have the Temptress at a seat to attack Krip's hand afterwards, unless he plays Elf Scout and Angelic Might, which he does. Normally, you probably wouldn't do that. You'd wait to play the Angelic Might when you have a creature that can attack for the extra damage. But because of, the Test of Time. Oh, wow. I was wondering what he was targeting with the Bloodwell Matriarch. But wow, that was a big hit, because that makes it so that Fuzz is on a 6-turn clock as opposed to a 2-turn clock. Fuzz still doesn't have anything that can block the Elf Scout. There's a Griffin Rider. That's going to be a good fast speed creature too. But that one does get blocked by the Disquisitive Spirit. Now the question really comes down to whether or not Krip can rush the Fuzz down before Hypnotizing Whisper. Ooh. What's he gonna get? He gets an Elite Vanguard? Is that what he's picking, or is that what he's just kinda okay, he picks the Elite Vanguard. So Fuzz has 7 damage on board. Fuzz has 3. There's a Shadow Step Assassin that is going to that can block and kill the Griffin Rider. And Fuzz is going to get rid of the Test of Time, even though that's kind of a dead card. Yep, not looking good for Krip. This is an interesting deck out of Fuzz. It's kind of like Dominion Wisdom aggro, or at least tempo. It's at the very least it's tempo. I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of a more control-y sort of list with Karthus. Because we did see the Cataclysm, I would expect to see Karthus in the deck as well. But it's a very interesting list, I got to admit. Krip is doing the only thing he can, try and whittle down Fuzz. I mean, he's got 4 health. A top-decked Angelic Might wins Krip the game, and Krip has to play as if he's going to top deck the Angelic Might. Now, I don't know, maybe the Angelic Might we saw earlier was his only... Oh, that's a Vampirism. Oh, that is going to win Fuzz the game. Not only the pump up to make his creatures bigger, but all the life gain. The life gain that's just going to be... I mean, right now he's going to be gaining 2, 4... 6, 10, 13. It's going to go up to 17. No matter how Krip blocks, it's just... this game is just over. I mean, Krip still isn't dead, but with his opponent being at 17 and him being completely out of steam, I mean, this is pretty much just over. I mean, he could draw an Order Shrine and play the Guardian of the Faithful and get its effect off and win, or kind of wipe his opponent Fuzz's board. But even then, it's going to be an uphill battle for Krip afterwards. So there's the Order Shrine. He's going to go ahead and play that for level, I would imagine. Play the Guardian of the Faithful, and gives it Swift. He doesn't need to save that for blocks because her true effect is her sacrificing herself and killing 3 attacking creatures. But that was a mistake, I think, because maybe Krip just thinks, this game's over, might as well go down swinging. But he needed to keep at least 1 creature as a blocker because he's at 2. He's got 4 creature. Fuzz has 4 creatures on board. He's gonna get the cavalry field captain. He really needed to keep at least 1 creature back as a blocker because of vampirism. And Fuzz should just attack all out right now. Yeah, there he goes. Krip can sacrifice and kill 3, but the smallest attack creature is 2 attack, and that's gonna win Fuzz the game. Again, Krip probably realized the game was over, but he could have kept 1 creature back. In theory, should have kept 1 creature back in order to block that. But that's game 1. We'll move on to game 2. Krip will be on the play and has a decent opener, but he's going to try and get something better. And boy, Krip, I know how that feels. You got a decent opener, you're like, I think I can do better, and you're stuck with a high curve hand with 1 shrine. Boy, I know those feels, and they suck. So, but at least Fuzz isn't playing a super aggressive deck. We did see some super aggressive plays. I say that, and he has a turn 1 Spoiled Aristocrat. I don't know why I comment. I don't know why I do commentary. I'm always wrong, aren't I? Everyone who watches these are like, Voltor, you suck. So, well, not much coming out of Krip on turn 1 or turn 2 either. But he does have the ambushing elf. I forget exactly what that ambushing sharpshooter. I'm sorry. So he'll have that, and he'll be able to use it to kill the Spoiled Aristocrat because the sharpshooter is ranged. But the assassinate takes care of the sharpshooter. Fuzz just seems to have answer after answer in that deck, and that's kind of what you get when you got Dominion and Wisdom in the same deck. Oh, wow, that's gonna hurt. I've never thought about that as a use for Contraptionist. Contraptionist is always so related to Obelisk Unity. I cannot words today. So that's actually kind of a surprise. Plays Venerating Unicorn, blows up the Overcharger, I think. Has a 2/2 body to block something with. Yep, there goes the Overcharger. But still got 6 damage off with it, so that's all sorts of good. I'll tell you right now, whenever the Fuzz doesn't seem to be playing as fast. We've certainly seen some control cards out of Fuzz, so it makes me think he's playing more of a mid-range kind of deck. But whenever a mid-range deck can... I apologize, that CC cleaner shouldn't be there. Whenever the aggressive deck is forced to play catch-up, or they're they're slow, they got the slower start, or they're forced to play defensively or responsively, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's a huge swing. If you can keep, basically Fuzz has control of this game because he got the more aggressive start, and because he's forcing Krip to play in response to the things that Fuzz is playing. Primarily, he wanted to have a more aggressive start, but he had to go with the Venerating Unicorn to get rid of the Overcharger. And so, that can be kind of a big deal. You can... If a control deck can put an aggressive deck kind of on its back foot right off the start, there's pretty much no way, almost literally no way, that that the aggressive deck wins that match. You know what I mean? So he's gonna play the another Overcharger and attack. Like I said, with an aggressive start. I might be wrong. Maybe Fuzz's deck is designed to be aggressive, and we just saw kind of a slower opener for him in the the first game. But personally, because of the cataclysm we saw in game 1 from Fuzz, I'm kind of thinking that his deck is a little more, at least mid-rangey, maybe not control. I mean, decks that play Spoiled Aristocrat and Overcharger are not control decks, but definitely some mid-range kind of decks. Or at least a mid-range kind of deck, I'm thinking. Again, wouldn't surprise me to see Karthos in Fuzz's deck, but he hasn't needed it game 1, and he certainly doesn't need it this game, because Krip's at 7, he's at 20, he's got a 6-4, a 2-3, and a 3-1. So he's certainly kind of threatening the end of the game here. He's threatening lethal. If Krip wants to survive, he kind of has to Angelic Might and attack the 6-4, which never feels good. Or he could, hold it for a block, but that doesn't guarantee. But if he holds it for a block and Fuzz plays another creature, the other Spoiled Aristocrat can jump in and block the 5/5. So I think he's kind of got to make the trade here. Yep, he makes the trade. So he can block the 3/1, and but if the 3/1 with 6 cards in hand, I find it hard to believe that Fuzz isn't going to have another creature to play to enable the Spoiled Aristocrat to attack and block. So there it is, and that's a Shadow Step Assassin. Shadow Step Assassin is a really good anti-aggro card for control decks, but it's also a really good tempo play for aggressive decks, because it can just kind of sit there and just be like, well, you can try and block the way you want to, but I'm just going to screw that up. I mean, go into 5. I mean, Order does have some life gain in it, but I highly doubt life gain is what we're going to see out of Krip's deck. There's a Pacify that might buy Krip a turn. An Elf Scout and an Ambushing Sharpshooter are not what Krip wants to see right now. Especially with Fuzz having nothing but 3 speed creatures. That Sharpshooter's basically just going to attack and go and hit the face for 2, because there's no reason why the Fuzz would block there. No reason to block. You're 1 away from lethal with what you've got on board, and you do play in plans, so the Fuzz should pretty much just try and swing for game here. If he's got that extra damage in hand. But we'll see what comes out of the Fuzz. That sounded weird, didn't it? Let's see. Take that completely out of context. Let's see what comes out of the Fuzz. Right? So there's an Ancient Wisdom. He's going to draw and play the Shrine for level. And we're going to see what the Fuzz has. What's coming out of the Fuzz? Again, doesn't that just sound weird? What comes out of the Fuzz? But we'll see what the Fuzz has to play. Krip can block any creature Fuzz has, and he's got the Pacify. So, what's Krip gonna do? He's gonna pacify. Yep, pacify the biggest creature. That sounds about right to me. He's gonna let it all through. I mean, Dominion and Wisdom aren't cards or aren't aspects that have direct damage. Not even life drain. They've got life gain, but not life drain like Corruption does. They also don't have cards like Word of Pain from nature or from Corruption. That Angelic Might isn't exactly what Krip wants to see right now. He would have loved to have seen a Guardian of the Faithful, but there's another attack from the Sharpshooter. Krip's going down swinging, but unfortunately, we're going to see another situation like we did with in the last game, where he's just going to have one too many creatures to block, and Krip's too low to survive the attack. I think that's we're going to see here. Of course, I was about to say we could see something like some kind of big creature come down and just kind of finalize everything, but yep, I think it's going to be just Drela. That was a slight misplay. Could have played the Spoiled Aristocrat before playing Drela. just so that we had the I don't know if the Fuzz knows that the sharpshooter's ranged. Maybe he just wanted the card draw, but that was another maybe slight misplay from the Fuzz because if that rhymes, because I'm not sure if he realized that the sharpshooter has swift. Not trading. What he should do is attack the sharpshooter into the Temptress of Deceit to kill it because it's ranged. But I'm pretty sure Krip just realizes the game is over because Droila can kind of just exhaust and steal anything he plays pretty much, because she can exhaust any creature that has 2 or less attack for 2 mana, and then take control of it for 4 mana. Take control of any exhausted creature for 4 mana. And there's the vampires, and that pretty much just seals the game. So, game... Well, we're going to get a little bit... get some creatures played, but game 2 goes to the Fuzz, and the Fuzz 2-0's Krip the Developer. So, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this second game of round 1 of the Spellweaver Tournament. More games to follow. More people are sending me videos to commentate on, as I understand it, and I haven't received them yet, but people are telling me that they'll, when the games are recorded, they will be sent to me. So I'm kind of our unofficial commentator for this tournament. Yay! It'd be fun if we get to a point like we had with the Hearthstone tournaments, like the DreamHack tournament, I believe it's called. And if I ever got to do live commentary at a big event like that, oh my god, that'd be like a dream come true for me. But hey, that's all going to be part of making the game bigger. If we can get enough people to hold a tournament like that, then you know what, by all means. But that's going to be up to us to promote the game, to push the game, to spread the game, to win. I don't know what we'd be winning, but sometimes I just say words. But so Fuzz advances, Krip moves down to the losers bracket with me, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, may the cards rise to meet you and bring good RNG to your enemies.